Next one. The Timberwolves are the best team in the NBA.
Hell no.
They beat the Celtics. Hold on, build it up first. They beat the Celtics. They beat the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
They're currently, I think, have the second best record in the West. They have the number one defense in the NBA with Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards looks like the guy. So what do you think?
No.
Well,
No.
Immediately.
They don't have the second best record. They're tied for fourth with the Warriors right now.
Well, they won today. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, they're not tied. They're half a game ahead. So there you go. But they are third then.
So what's the record though?
6-2.
Yeah, which is
behind the Nuggets and the Mavericks. You could ask us about the Mavericks too, honestly, but
you can.
The Timberwolves.
These guys have beaten top teams. So.
I think the Wolves. I would say the Wolves are looking better than expected, but I would never. I don't know. You should have said, are they a top 10 team, top 5 team?
Top 10. Obviously, they're top 10 right now.
Well,
they're third.
Aren't they
third?
Like,
top 5 is better. Top 5 is
better.
But aren't they third? 6-2. Warriors are 6-3.
Kind of crazy. I think that they have the potential to be a really good team if they somehow make their Twin Towers work out. But
we can make it a top 5 by them being a top 5 team in the NBA.
Yes. Like if Cat can become an actual 4 and produce as much as he used to, then I would say they have a chance to be at least a conference final team. But especially with Ant playing like this, but I just don't see that working out. I think Ant's going to keep doing his thing, but that Twin Tower situation just hasn't
really.
I'm concerned for Karl Anthony Towns. The rest of the team, I like what I'm seeing from Rudy. I like what I'm seeing from Jaden McDaniels. Some of the other guys have filled roles for them. Kyle Anderson still doing this thing, but Cat has a lot of stinkers, a lot of bad games, and there's times that they've won games when he stepped off the court. I think the game against the Celtics where he fouled out, had 7 points. They started turning up as soon as he got off the court and started locking up him, and Jaden McDaniels had his two-way game going. And Naz Reid, he's not Karl Anthony Towns level of offense, but he could kind of fill in those gaps. And I would kind of be open to trading Karl Anthony Towns to get more assets to help round the team out. Because I think if they can get either that or package him with some of those other assets to get, I don't know who you have. You trade all the picks, so But I would
trade that type of talent though.
I think I would. I think he's redundant. He's, it's weird though because they're so good with him on the court and Rudy off offensively, and vice versa. When he's on the court defensively, they suck without Rudy, and then when Rudy's on the court, they're good defensively but not good offensively. So it's like you kind of got to pick your poison with them. And if you want to stagger their minutes and try to make that work somehow, you could try to do that. But at the same time, like you got to know. Playing both of them, one side of the court's going to suffer, but they've been kind of making it work this year. I think if you can get the rotation down to like you're not playing them that much together, I think it could actually work though.
If you do trade them though, like I don't think they need role players like that who would be like a pretty good fit.
Probably just like a stretch forward
job.
Like I can't think of anyone. If they get OG, I'm trading Cat for OG easily. Like those type of players. Even Siakam, I think, could fit with this team because he's just like an upgraded version of Kyle Anderson, where he's a do-it-all guy. You could trust him to handle the ball. You could trust him to be like a tertiary playmaker and score a little bit. And like his skill set, I don't want to say is redundant, but you got Ant as the guy, and you don't need Cat as that primary scorer anymore, and that's really his main thing. And you don't really want to delegate him to being like a spot-up shooter either. So it's like, is that really the best use of a talent? I don't know. I just don't see the situation like working out long term. Yeah, even if it's not this season, I feel like it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to trade him at some point. Whether it be maybe because of his character.
I don't think they have shots like that,
We'll see. We'll see. Like, maybe they can make this work, but I really feel like they should trade him personally. Yeah. Or explore it at least. Don't give him up for nothing, but think about it.
I agree fully. I think the Wolves, in my opinion, are a top 5 team. They have shown it against a lot of the good teams this year. They've had 2 losses so far. They're third. The Warriors are 6-3 right now, so they're fourth. They've had a really great start to the season. They've been like 1 or 2 games where Cat's been like very mid in my opinion. But other than that, Gobert's been very good defensively. I saw something today on Twitter saying Gobert is the front runner for Depoy. So Gobert back to his Depoy level.
So crazy though.
He's playing better.
Potentially, he's back to his Depoy level. I'm just saying, these are all just things. Cat is also looking very informed. Jaden McDaniels, Best said earlier, two-way. He's showing very, very, very good skill offensively as well this year. I don't know. like if you guys caught the Celtics game, Jaden McDaniels, I swear to God, if you blinked, he was doing some shit you didn't see before. I swear. Like, dude, he was in tween hezzy like shots, bro. It was kind of crazy, and he was locking the Tatum defensively. So
He's like that, bro. He's been
couple
like
that
Anthony
with
Edwards is a good defender too.
exactly, dude. Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
is pressing
he's just
Jason
fair
Tatum with 5 fouls in overtime, pressing him like legit. So I mean, he's got the mentality for it. I mean, if they're not gonna be able to transform Cat to what he needs to be, I do think Cat should be traded away, in my opinion, as well, as you guys are saying, because I think this team could function with Gobert at the solid 5 defensively. I'd value defense, in my opinion, because they already have 2 very good guard defenders. They have good wing defenders. If you have Gobert as another center defender, and I think defense is not way more, but I think defense is arguably more important than offense, in my opinion. So I would look to trade Cat for other utility pieces.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Gabe. That's exactly why I'm in on this team being top 5. Before, I didn't see their identity, and they're just out there playing basketball. They're top 5, but now, the only reason why they win games is off of their defense and letting their talent do what they do offensively. Their defense is priority. I think if they want to win this year and create an identity, it's through their defense. Rudy Gobert, like you said, is playing at a DPOY level. Anthony Edwards is a great defender. Jaden McDaniels is a great defender, and they let Ant just do anything that he wants. Kyle Anderson's a really good vet for them. So I think defense is the biggest reason as to why they're winning games. And I also agree with what you and Beth said about maybe trading Cat, because you want to if you can't utilize him correctly, there's no point in keeping him on the team. Try to get asked and be better. And you don't want him to be a spot up shooter because he's obviously way more, and he's also an all-star caliber center. He's still like a top 5 center, I think we agreed on coming into the season.
I can say
top 5
but
is
like skill wise,
still top 10 is still like
normal production. I would say yeah, but this year definitely not.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can still trade him as a top 10 center talent, I'd say, and get.
Yeah, you could.
In
my opinion, easily. He's still number 1 overall pick.
And he's still young.
But you're not getting a superstar probably back for him. I don't think anyone's giving you a player that's better than
you. Don't need a superstar though. I feel like you just, like you said, like a OG
utility pieces that are going to help round out your team, be more complete.
More complete for your team success, because the only way they win or make a great
Jeremy Graham, maybe like those type of players.
Yeah, so if you can get a defensive wing that can shoot and also play well in their system, like an OG, and then more bench players, I feel like you can really get something going this year. So I'm in on them being good.
In my opinion, real quick before we get off this, the perfect scenario I would like to see is Cat actually work at the 4, and that team has a 1-2 punch as Anthony Edwards and Cat, but his defense lacks severely for them to use him like that. But I would love to see the combo, the duo of Ant and Cat. I don't think that duo could work because, like we said before, Cat still thinks he's him, and when it's obviously Anthony Edwards' team, you got to kind of let it go, and that dynamic I don't think will ever change because of who Cat is as a player. So getting rid of him is probably the best option for this team to actually see a certain level of success.
It's crazy how the media now, all the Wolves ads is Ant,
Yeah,
I mean, he's the guy. He got the it factor, and he's the best
player. If you watch the games, you're like, oh man, he is him.
Bro, he stares down Tatum right in his eyes, bro. Those moments are so cool. I'm not. I know I'm glazing because I always do. When he stares into Tatum's eyes like that,
he said they was talking shit. That's why.
Yeah, good.
That was a crazy ass game though.
So that even made me feel like, oh, he's the guy, and Cat needs to accept it, but I don't think he will.
I think we've known this.
You got them all. Are you in or out?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it.
I'm out on them being the best, but I say
top 5.
Currently top 5, yeah.
And the NBA though.
Well, let's see. Let's
maybe. It's a little early still.
That's why you got to predict.
Sixers might be better than Sixers are better than them right now. Sixers are better.
Sure, but
Sixers are dogging teams.
Sixers are the best team in the NBA, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're like 6
the Nuggets are still the best team.
Okay. Well, the Nuggets lost once, right?
Yeah, they lost to the Timberwolves actually.
76ers are 7-1.
Oh, they won today.
Nuggets are 8-1. Nuggets are 8-1.
No, they won today.
I'm telling you, man, that James Harden trade wasn't as bad as you thought, bro. The 76ers still got a good team.
See what Tyrese Maxey is doing? Shoot.
I mean, that's partially why I'm telling you they didn't need him that bad, and they can
Kelly
flip these
Oubre is,
assets
like,
for
averaging
Zach
20.
LaVine. Yeah, he's been good for them.
On
They're
a
going to be
mid,
fine, bro. They're going to be just fine, especially if they flip
Yeah.
these assets for another piece. I'm telling you, they're going to be a good contending team. They don't need that man, James Harden. He was holding
Second
them
round
back.
demon. Second. The thing is, like, I was watching some of the Sixers games too, and Tyrese is filling in that James Harden role pretty well, and even having a good blend of averaging 30 and then having like around 7 assists in the pick and roll with him and Joel Embiid is pretty good too.
He had a double-double today.
Yeah, so we'll see how that continues to
11
go.
assists, 29 points.
Max
But yeah, how you feeling about that, Omari? The Timberwolves.
What?
I say arguably.
Nah,
I say
choose
they're
one.
Arguably 5. Nah. Give me what do you like. Let me see, because they're still the Nuggets, Bucks. I mean, not Bucks. I'm not gonna give them that. Actually, I don't know. Giannis went crazy that other game. But Celtics.
Celtics, I still give him. I'll
Sixers.
still take Celtics over him.
Yeah.
they lost. SMH.
I don't mean
These, I mean, the West team, Suns and Lakers are struggling a little bit, so I can't just
A
automatically.
little
go,
bit.
like,
Both those teams are mid. I'm kidding.
Who did
maybe.
I mean, come on, man. It's not even 10 games into the season. We can't overreact.
Yeah, that's
Last
why.
year, the
That's
Celtics
why,
didn't
man.
have a
I'm
winning
like-
record.
Remember,
I have to
was
overreact.
it last year that the Blazers were like third seed, like, and we were
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
at the beginning of
Everyone
the
was
season, the Blazers are
Dangerous
gonna be
guy.
okay. You know what I mean?
They had like 6 game winners in the first 10 games, too.
They were peak.